good evening to one and all. So this is Saranya Rajkumar from Chennai. First of all, I would like to thank all the members who have joined today, because today it's going to be an interesting session, because from the title itself you would have suggested your eyes, our focus. So already we had many sessions about our eyes and how to protect our eyes, and we have discussed many things about our product K-Ion Nano 5 and 7, because eye is a very important part of our because it is very important, and we should take care of our eyes also. So many people now we have started using our mobile phones. So many people, even the kids also, they have started using the mobile phones, and they are having a smartphone. But it's very important that we should take care of our eyes, and we have to protect our eyes from all these digital things. And so today, Mr. Sridhar Arumugasamy sir, he has joined with us. So he's going to say many things and many tips for us that how we should protect our eyes. So before going to the session, let us say some few words about Mr. Sridhar Arumugasamy. So, sir, he is born and brought up in Madurai. So, he has completed his BSc Max. So, he is a musician, he is an ex-employee, and he conducts many more training, and he's having 34 years experience in training, and he gives technical training about programming languages and algorithms, and he's having interest in computer network, health, and neuro-linguistic programming. So today he has joined with us to say many things about our eyes and how to protect our eyes also. So before going to the session, so let's go for an introduction video. Please put your hands together and please welcome Mr. Sridhar Arumugasamy.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
So let's begin. And first of all, thanks to K-Link and thanks to Saranya for a great introduction. And it's always nice to see my young age pictures. Okay, on behalf of K-Link, let me welcome you for this session. And this session, as the topic says, it's going to be the care for our eyes. And let me thank my family members. Two of my cousins have bought the K-Ion Nano after attending the previous training session. So on behalf of K-Link, let me welcome you. And this is the topic which I have, better vision for better life. And this is Sharanya's, your vision, our mission. Okay, now let me ask you a question. If I give you a glass of water, I keep repeating this, and before I start the session, please bring your friends to attend this session. The basic reason is you would find that, like, when we have in a tech product like this, it would be great for them in case if they can listen to us, and if they can pose question, and if they can get an answer, you would find the possibility of you selling the product, the possibility of your friends getting the benefit out of the product. Let us not say we're not selling the product, we are selling the benefits. So that would be really much easier. Okay, so let me just ask the question. If we are given a glass of water, this dirty, would we drink? We will definitely not. What would we do? Either we will do a filtration or we will boil the water and then drink it. Why are we doing it? Because we know the problem it can cause and we care about our health. Same case, I would not dare touch this food. Why? This is definitely very dangerous for our health. So this also, what is the best method? What's the best thing you can do? You cannot do anything. Best thing is to convert that into a fertilizer, compost. So we do this because we know what damage this can do and we care about our health. When we cross a road like this, would you take a deep breath? Definitely we will not, because we know that it is not going to be good for our health or for our lungs, and we care about our health. Noise pollution. We all know, okay, specifically, like, for example, when we are in a season where a lot of functions happening or marriages happening, you would be surrounded with the heavy noise. Would you be happy sleeping there? Would you be happy there? No, you will not be able to. We can ensure that a simple 60 rupees plug will help us ensure that we will not suffer. Because you would find that, for example, I don't watch movies because I cannot hear such a loud noise, though I'm a musician. Okay. Would we wear a dirty cloth? We will not. What would we do? We will wash and know. This means when there is a problem, we seek a solution when we know that the solution is existing. But what happens is when we have a problem like this, a lot of us do not know that this is a problem. This is a major thing. A lot of us, a lot of your friends do not know that this is a problem. Not only this, that this is exactly what we're going to do. Like even when Sharanya talked about, like she said that like a lot of our kids are using smartphone. Now, my pitch is going to be a little different. My pitch is not going to be only about the gadgets. I'm going to talk about the ill effect of light. So when it comes down to the light, that is which the eyes are the one that is going to be predominantly affected by this. Do we really care? We really do not care, because one, we do not know what the ill effects are. Second, even if we know what the ill effects are, we do not know what exactly to care about it, how exactly to care about it. And we need to understand there's a huge study about, like looking at the eyes, we can find out how healthy the person is. I'm not talking about the blood flow, I'm talking about the iris. The iris can be taken a photograph and it can be analyzed to find out how healthy the person is. So the eyes are our windows to our health. Now, as K-Links, we all know, we talk about this, we talk about pollution, we talk about toxins. So we know that air is not good. Air is polluted because of vehicular and industrial emission. We know water is not good. Water is polluted because it is treated. Simple, you would find that we are storing and drinking. Straightforward. Listen to this, because as there was one question to me at the end of the previous session. They wanted me to talk little about this pollutions also. That's why I'm just extending for just a minute. Water pollution is just not because the water is polluted in terms of maybe contaminants or maybe heavy metals. It is about the water is being treated. For example, when you buy a bottled water, you would find that predominantly they use a technology called, okay, for example, RO, reverse osmosis. When we use reverse osmosis, what happens is everything other than hydrogen and oxygen is removed. So that is a plain H2O. That is not good for our health. Water should have a lot of chemicals, lot of metals have to be there to keep to call it as a good water. Second is storage, okay, storing and drinking. Third, food pollution. Straightforward, we know about it. Not only pesticides, ladies and gentlemen, the food, the major problem is because 99% of the food what we eat, be it vegetables or be it millets. Okay, millets alone, I will leave it because millet they have not touched much. Be it fruits or vegetables or wheat or rice, you would find that they are genetically modified. They are genetically modified. So now that is once again another problem. That is one of the reasons why we say that we have a bad food. And of course, noise pollution. Noise pollution, people don't understand what is the importance of noise pollution. Our ears are tuned to work only with the specific frequency. Anything more than that can be disturbing to our nervous system. And the last thing today is talking about light pollution. Light pollution, I have clearly said artificial light bar gadgets. I have not highlighted gadgets. I have both given importance for both artificial light as well as gadgets. So when we say artificial light, I'm talking about any light what we are using, be it a CFL, be it a tube light, or be it a bulb, a normal bulb, whatever we use, because we have been created by nature to work with a specific rhythm. The rhythm is we have sunlight, and during sunlight, you would find that we have to be busy. We have to be working hard. That holds good not only for human beings, that holds good for any animal. You don't see any animal moving around the forest. They all just stand and sleep, or they be just, most of them will stand and sleep because they have to be taking care of their life. So once it becomes dark, it has to be dark. We have to live in the darkness. That exactly has that actually the true light. That is how God has created. But what do? We bring artificial light. We bring artificial light, and that is where the problem is. I'm making it very clear. I'm just not going to be blaming only on the gadgets. Even before the gadgets came into play, we have been having the problem with our eyes. We have been having the problem because of the light what we have been using. So any artificial source will give you blue light. Understand that the fluorescent light means I'm talking about the tube light or the CFL, the compact fluorescent light. Okay, the bulbs, LEDs, that is computer screens, TV screens, smartphones, tablet screens. So you can see it is just not, we are not talking only about the tablet screens or the smartphones. We are talking about majorly. Why do we talk about computers and screens? Because you would find that we are very close. We are very close. For example, I am just hardly a foot away from my computer screen. Of course, we don't sit a foot away from a television. We sit at least 5 or 6 feet, but the safest is 10 feet. But for smartphones and tablets, we keep it close and they are straight to the eyes. That is why you would find that they are being blamed much more stronger than the general light. Right? But do understand that the problem starts from the light what we are using. And then, of course, all these gadgets also. So let us ask ourselves a question. How much time are we spending on the digital devices 10 years back and now? You would find that it has grown a lot. Do you think that is going to come down? Definitely not. It is going to go high. It is going to go high. You just look at yourself. How much time have I, for example, when I look at it, how much time have I been spending in front of a computer when I was maybe 10 years back, and now you would find that now it has gone more. Okay, you have to understand that is going to increase. Definitely, there's no doubts about it. Now, can we get out of this? Can we get out of this tube light? Can we get out of the computer screens? Can I get out of the mobile screen? No, that is not possible. Because we have tuned ourselves. For example, I talked about water. I talked about food. Is it possible for every one of us to eat only non-genetically modified or say NGOs? No, it is not possible. Can we look at only for fruits which are not modified? Not possible. We have to live with the surrounding. So, but definitely you will find that we can save ourselves, because you would find that we are our entire, for example, look at my profession. My profession completely relies on the electronic devices. Entertainment. Once upon a time, when we were kids, I'm talking about 80s kids or 90s kids, entertainment used to be movies. You go down to a theater once in 2 weeks or once in a month. Okay, TV was there. Okay, when I was a kid, when the first time when I just saw TV, I still can remember we had what is called from Ceylon, there was one channel. And when we used to have cinema songs, the entire family will be sitting down in one house. So entertainment was once upon a time out of the house. But today you would find that entertainment also has come inside the house. You want a cricket match, you watch in a TV. You want to watch a movie, you watch only in a TV. Serials. Okay. So, and of course, the social connectivity in terms of WhatsApp or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, all these things fundamentally, like you would find that is the reason. And my stress over here, the amount of time, it is about 4 hours. You can just see here how it has gone. Why this 4 hours? Because when we use these devices for 4 hours, the damage, what it does is really high. That is why I'm highlighting. So 4 hours. Okay. So we can say, see here how we have been working, how we have been spending time, and how we are spending time. 4 hours, very close these devices. That is where the tear problem comes from. Generally, 5 to 6 hours, we are away from sunlight, but we are in front of the tube lights. But even when we are in the sunlight, you would find that in the daytime, we are straightforward looking at the gadgets. That is why the gadgets have to be blamed more. But at the same time, do understand that just because if we can eradicate the gadgets, would we be saving ourselves from blue light? No, we will not be saving from the blue light. Why we talk about the blue light? We will talk about this. Now let's look at analysis. We will talk about how people have done a study on what happens when you take up a computer as a job, for example. So the topic is intraocular pressure. As we have a blood pressure inside the eyes, there has to be a pressure. You can see here, there's a severe deviation. This is severe deviation. This talks about 4 hours of work. Not only that, individually looking at every single possibility. Okay, after 1 hour, after 4 hours. That is why I'm talking about, if it was a 1 hour, you would find that we might not have been bothered about this at this particular level. But today you would find that we have comfortably crossed the 4 hours. In fact, you would find that if you take up a study now, it would be at least 5 to nearly 6 hours. Look at all these things. Visual analog scale, talking about dryness of the eyes, blurred vision, fatigue, dullness, burning sensation. All of them are becoming very high when we use 4 hours of smartphone. And now this ROS fundamentally is a free radical. We as K-linkers, we know the importance of free radicals. We know it is dangerous. And look at the amount of the reactive oxygen species produced in eyes. Understand this. This is in specifically with eyes. What more danger should we explain? So along with this, you would find that there is also a seriousness of this EMF, electromagnetic frequency radiation. I will just highlight the disease, what it can cause. You can just look at it. Majorly, whatever the problem, what the world is facing is available today. You talk about a tumor is there. You have cancer, you have heart problem, leukemia, fatigue, asthma, allergies, BP, sperm abnormalities. Note this down, sperm abnormalities. Today, you would find that fertility centers are really high in number. Just look at any place, specifically go down to Chennai or Bangalore or Mumbai or Hyderabad or Delhi or Kolkata, or even satellite cities like Madurai or Trichy or Lucknow or Pune, you would find that the number of the fertility center is becoming very, very high because of the sperm abnormalities. So let's look at what is this? Where is this coming down from? Okay, this picture talks about how essentially the light is. I mean, of course, you will find the ultraviolet ray is not visible. Okay, what is visible? Let's look at it. In what is visible, predominantly, you will find that when you look around, we have sky blue, which is not the blue which I'm talking about. And generally, we are supposed to be looking in a green. See, look at how nature is helping us. Please listen to that. We talked about chlorophyll. Why is chlorophyll? When we talked about chlorophyll, I clearly said, why are the leaf greens? Because they absorb the blue and the red, because they are of high energy. They are required to convert the carbon and hydrogen and oxygen into food. So you get this, that clearly tells that nature is teaching us a lesson. That is why you would find that when you look out, it's going to be green, which means your eyes and my eyes predominantly should be absorbing the green and not the blue and red. Simple formula. This need not, you don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be a rocket scientist for it. You just have to have common sense. And there, in that particular blue, you would find that there has been ultraviolet not visible. The high energy, now that exactly is the problem. And that, by nature, it is controlled by the greenery. But when it comes down to human-made light, we are not able to control that blue. Now, that is where the problem comes down, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that blue Okay. Now, a lot of people talk about it is not. I did a demo in my computer. Okay. For example, mine is a Microsoft operating system that gives you a facility. Fine. I can control my. I can is the one that is giving us all these trouble. Okay. So is this blue light, can this be really blocked? We need to work on this. There is no other way. We need to really work out on this. So how do we work? What is the facility? Can we completely come out of this? We do not know. And look at this. There's a clear word, macular degeneration. What do you mean by macular? It's about eyes. What do you mean by degeneration? It means what happens when you become old. So listen carefully. What is happening is, as we get old, definitely your body has to accordingly get old. But whatever has to happen at a specific age is not happening that age. It is becoming much earlier. For example, talking about diabetes. What is the problem with diabetes? Diabetes is the inability to generate the required amount of insulin by an organ. Okay, but why is it happening? We have been tuned, your body has been tuned to generate enough amount of insulin for 120 years. But why is it becoming much earlier we have a diabetes? Because we are stressing that. And because of the stressing that organ becomes aged much, much earlier. Instead of living for 120 years, it completes the life of 120 years at the age of 25 and 28. For some people, say, for example, juvenile, I understand that. Maybe because of that, there are some other reasons. But talking about who is a person who has been living happily for 25 years, if he becomes diabetic, definitely you would find that that is a degeneration. Now, that exactly what is happening with our eyes. Macular degeneration will happen at us maybe for 60, 70. But now what is happening is at the 20s, the macular degeneration is happening. That is what we are supposed to address. Now, generally, you would find that because of the condition, what do we experience? I'm talking about including eye strain. Yes, this happens to me. I would say this was happening to me. This is not happening for the past 3 months. Once I starting wearing this glass, it doesn't happen. Why? Same way, whatever this picture shows, this I often do. Often I have to do this. There is always a strain. There's always a strain. Now, after wearing the specs, I don't remove my specs at all. Eye fatigue, tiredness in the eyes, dry eyes. This I have been, this is the 4th time I'm talking about this topic. Every time when I call Apollo, I ask them, do you have any increase of this dry eye solution? They say, yes, sir. Every month, this is increasing. Blurry vision. When you go down to a school, you will find the number of kids wearing a specs has become phenomenally high. The same way, number of kids who are obese is also high. As I'm talking about eyes, at the same time, I'm also giving you an information about not only the eyes are getting affected, the entire body, the obesity is also very high. Headaches. And finally, sleeplessness. Now, this is where the problem comes. Let us understand the science behind it. Very simple science. Rest is one of the best medicine we can give to our body. When you don't rest properly, when you don't sleep properly, you would find that whatever issue we have, we are increasing it unknowingly. Now, why is this happening? The basic reason is, you would find that there is a hormone called melatonin. Melatonin has to be secreted to put us to sleep. When does the body generate melatonin? As long as there is sunlight, melatonin will not be secreted. Once sun sets, now the body knows, now it is a time for resting, and it generates melatonin that puts you to sleep, which means once sun sets, melatonin starts generated. So because of that, which means you would find that we should sleep around 7:30. I remember when I was a kid, that is how we have been sleeping. That is how we have been sleeping. Okay, yes, today you cannot put your kids to sleep at 7:30. But what happens is when moment we switch the lights on and when the moment we have the TV on, they generate the blue light and that is received by our eyes and they stop the production of melatonin. So one first advice, at least 1 hour before you sleep, do not keep any source of blue light right in front of your eyes. TV, smartphone, keep them away. Keep them away. Because the amount of blue light generated by the tube light and the SFL is not that high compared to, because as I said, when you're looking at the TV, we are looking straight into the TV. When you look at a computer monitor, we are looking straight into a computer monitor. When you look at a smartphone, we're looking straight into the computer, into the tab screen. So that goes straight into eyes. But for a tube light and CFL, it is not so. So you'll find that one first advice is, if you do not want to disturb your sleep cycle, ensure at least 1 hour before your bedtime, go away from these gadgets. Keep your phone away. Go away from your TV. And you would find that that would help you a better sleep. So don't bother about this. Whoever having this problem, you're not alone. 70% of the crowd has this particular problem. 70% of the problem. So you would find that they have this problem. I mean, these are all not diseases. I understand that they are not diseases. These are not diseases. They are just only the condition because of the life what they're leading. So as look at, once again, coming back to everything, the CFL, LED, all these things, fundamentally, you would find that just a minute, going to be. When this we talked about, when I talked to Shyam, he gave me this idea. The amount of money which we are spending for making us unhealthy is really, really high. The amount of money which we are spending on these digital devices and the lighting of houses and the TV screens and the computer screens are really, really high compared to the amount of money which we spend for taking care of that. It's when I was talking to some of my friends, I would say definitely you would find there's only one point I just had to say. Hey, the amount of money what you are spending on your television, on your smartphone is definitely really high when you compare the product what I'm talking about. If it is just going to be a 5,000, just imagine how much money you have spent on saving your mobile phone. We save our mobile phone. We save somebody who is disturbing us. Isn't it? We have a mobile, we have a screen guard, we have Gorilla Guard, we have all sort of guards. But do we take care of the same thing to the eyes? You don't need a mobile phone, ladies and gentlemen. If your eyes are going to be in a troubled state, you don't need a TV. So what is the point in spending on these things which are troublemaker and you don't want to safeguard your eyes? We don't have. But can we help? Yes, we can protect from all these problems. And that answer is K-Ion Nano. K-Ion Nano 7 and 5 and K-Ion. 3 options for this. 3 different makes depending upon whatever sort of facility we have. 7 is the best. K-Ion Nano 5, in case, for example, you would find that in terms of material, we'll just talk about, we have K-Ion Nano, 7, 5, and K-Ion Nano. This is 7. And this comes in a beautiful box. And this box has a reason. This box has a reason. So whenever you sell the product to somebody, whenever you sell the benefits to somebody, please ask them to use this cover carefully, regularly. And this is K-Ion Nano 5. And this is generally K-Ion Nano. Now, what are the differences? Let us have a look at what is the science behind it. First of all, you will find that K-Ion Nano 7 fundamentally is made of a metal, a titanium frame. And the titanium frame, let me just once again explain this. You will find that there's a small bend over here. Are you able to see this bend? This bend is to ensure if you want to lengthen this arm, you can lengthen it. Please understand there's a reason behind this. This is not for holding on tight. This has been adjusted so that, now for example, I have not made any corrections. I have left it as it is and I'm wearing it. But in case for some people, in case if they say, hey, it is not seated properly, all they have to do is make a small adjustment, take it to your optician. You don't do it, please. You don't do any sort of a bending. Take it to an optician. He will help you adjust the length and wear it. So it's a beautifully done. You can see how carefully the product has been created. Lightweight. Okay. And we'll talk about why titanium is very, very important. You would find that rust proof. Titanium is one material which can emit far infrared ray much better than ceramics. Okay, that is one of the reasons why you would find that it just costs little more than the other model, and it is you would find that it is absolutely lightweight. You won't even feel as though you're wearing your specs. Okay, fine. For example, a lot of people feel that like the frame looks heavy. No, it's absolutely lightweight. And the features which are talking about technology, far infrared ray, first negative ions, anti-UV. You would find that here in this particular glass, in this particular material, the glass plays an important role. You should not, for example, talking about a K-ion, talking about 3 models. I'm repeating once again, 3 models. First 2 models, you should use these glasses because they are anti-UV and anti-blue ray. So in case, for example, somebody asks me, fine, once again, I'll do this demo. Okay. I haven't used my specs for a long time. You can just see here, like, how it is. What I do is, in case if somebody wants to say, you can use this. Okay. This is my power glass. And on top of it, you can wear it. Actually, you will find that nobody would know that you are wearing two specs. Or if you are wearing 2 specs, definitely they're going to ask you, why are you wearing 2 specs? And then now you are having an opportunity to talk to them about this particular product. Only because of that, when Shyam is there, when I cannot tell a blatant lie, you would find that one of my students asked this question and he bought it, and Shyam was the one who facilitated the purchase. Okay. Anti-fog, the last is going to be, it is created using the nanotechnology. What is this nanotechnology? Precision manufacturing. So we talk about this nanotechnology because of one good reason. You would find that why precision manufacturing is very important. It means whatever the promise given for the particular product can be straightforward 100% provided. If it says it's going to be, it means lifetime is going to be 10 years, for example, it can be a guarantee, because you would find that there is no this way, that way in terms of production, precise production. So let's look at one by one. Okay. The first thing, the major problem, till this point, I have not talked about any sort of a disease. Now I'm talking about a disease. I'm talking about people who have problems with their eyes. 30% of the world is nearsighted. We call this myopic. The basic reason is lack of oxygen. Why lack of oxygen? Because of the blue light that can generate reactive oxygen species free radical. So what we need to do is, if we can facilitate oxygen for our eyes, major problem can be avoided. So who is going to help us? The negative ions. Negative ions, we know what is negative ions. Negative ions fundamentally is called as vitamin in the air. Like vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin B. This is called as vitamin in the air. You will find it in the air. Okay, what is the benefits of negative ions, and where does the positive ion comes from? Anywhere there is an electrical movement, you would find that it can generate positive ions. Before rain, before rain, you would find that the air is filled with positive ion. That is why you would find that when it's about to rain, you won't feel good at all. You won't feel good at all. Sometimes it happens. It feels like it is going to give you a strong rain, but it doesn't. And you will find that it puts you off. The basic reason is it generates a lot of positive ions. But the moment you have rain and that rain gives us negative ion, it nullifies. That's why you will find that whenever you have a rain, wherever you have a water movement, you don't want to go out of the place. You just want to be there always. You just, maybe a river or maybe a pond, any place where you look at water, the moment you would find that you just stick on, because a lot of negative ions would be there. Look at it. Straightforward, it improvises the blood circulation. I mean, so I'm talking about not only for this particular product, ladies and gentlemen, there are 5 products which we have using the same technology. That is why we'll go through one by one, restoring the elasticity of capillaries so that you would find that blood flow increases, promotes cell activation. Okay, promotes, and it's good for allergies or inflammation. Generates adrenaline. You'll find that adrenaline is fundamentally the one which keeps you kicking, live and kicking. Dilates the blood vessels so that you will find that improves the blood circulation. And it's also good for artery and liver dysfunction. So this is the power of negative ions. And this is the test. And this I have shown you two. You know the reason why? The first one, this 1207, was done in this desk where I am surrounded by electronic devices. I have 2 mobile phones of mine. I have one writing pad that is also electronic. I have 2 keyboards. I have a mouse. I have a mic in front of me. Okay. So all these things are generating positive ions. So when I wear the specs, when I measured it, what was happening was this was killing some of the positive ions and the left out negative ions was 1207. So when I took this away from this desk, when I took it to my bedroom where I have a lot of airflow, and when I check this, you would find that I have 1560. Then you'll understand the huge difference. Why should we wear this particular spectacles? Okay, next is far infrared ray. What is this far infrared ray and what is the science behind it? Far infrared ray, there are when a ray comes towards us, for example, a light falls on us and we reflect the light. That is why you would find that I am visible to you. And there are some rays that will penetrate into the body and go away. For example, X-rays. And there are some waves you would find that which are huge will not disturb us at all, because I mean, the human size and the wave size is very high, so that will not disturb. And there are some of them you would find that we can penetrate into our body and it can help our body work better, and that is far infrared ray. Far infrared ray can penetrate into the body and it can activate the water molecules. Resonance is the science behind it once again. What is resonance? Resonance is 2 people who are vibrating at the same frequency. When one of them are much more stronger frequency, they can just make a share so that you would find that the other person can also become so vibrant and activates water molecules. Our body is 70% of water. So once far infrared ray penetrates into the body and makes the water molecules work better, that improvises the blood circulation. Once blood circulation is maintained properly, metabolic efficiency or the metabolism, the working of the body becomes better. It helps the blood to take up more oxygen. Oxygen was the biggest problem what we have. Now that is why you would find that company has worked on 2 technology, negative ions and far infrared ray. I'll just show you a couple of slides. All these things are from the reports done by professional doctors. And you can see the second point, titanium enhances the delivery of FAR to the body. It enhances, there are many materials. You would find that most important is going to be ceramics. What we have in other products like our inners or socks, you would find that they are mixed with ceramics. And this you would find that titanium fundamentally is able to generate far infrared ray much better than any other metal. And it uses the method of radiation, because this question comes down, how can something give without having any sort of a chemical reaction? The heat can be generated in 3 ways. Either you would find that like materials like iron, it's conduction, water is convection, and air is radiation. So it uses the body temperature, and to work with that, it creates the far infrared red effect. And it's used in therapies. You would find that far infrared ray, first of all, you will find the neonatal beds for people, the babies who are born little earlier than 10 months. You would find that there, you would find that the hospitals have neonatal beds which will generate far infrared ray, which automatically tells us when the baby, when we were all baby inside our mother's womb, we have been given the far infrared ray by the body of the mother. That warmth was given. That is created using FIR. Why can't they just use fire? They cannot. That warmth given is just not only the heat, it's about how that far infrared ray can penetrate the body of the baby and keep it much more better. Arthritis. In fact, I have been talking about this, having a facility where we can have some knee wrap or maybe some t-shirts, so that's much better for us. Effects of far infrared ceramics on bone growth. Tested that it's much better. Single treatment has improved the blood flow conditions. Single treatment of far infrared ray. Okay, and of course we are number 2. We know, why am I talking about this? People think that we don't have a crowd to sell. Look at the amount of people. We have the highest amount of users in terms of gadget using. Second, obvious, you would find that we are very high in terms of population. So automatically that tells us every second person whom we meet can be definitely a client for us. Look at the number of smartphones users, very, very high in 2022. In fact, I think the recent study had said it is much more than 6648. But that is sufficient. This means we have so many millions of people who need these glasses. So now this I'm talking about real eye problems, myopia, astigmatism, presbyopia, elevated intraocular pressure, cataract or glaucoma. Specifically elevated intraocular pressure. My brother-in-law, he had a cataract surgery. After removal, he was nearly on 3 months. It's a very difficult thing. You would find that initially every 2 hours he has got to take up an eye drop. And then it was, because he was not becoming better, it was made into 1 hour. So which means it is actually disturbs the entire schedule. It disturbs the entire schedule. At one point, he learned how to use it for himself. But once I presented this for his birthday, after a month, when he went to meet my cousin, who is an eye specialist, he was shocked. You would find that both eyes had absolutely normal intraocular pressure. Just 30 days of usage, regular usage. Okay. So what is that? How are we using this? This will protect. We have to protect from the blue rays, UV rays. It helps us in handling the lack of oxygen problem, electromagnetic frequency, and macular degeneration. So we got 3 products. 7, okay, has got negative ions, far infrared rays, anti-blue ray, and anti-UV. What is the difference between 7 and 5? It is just the material. It is just the material. You look at it, it's just going to be cost around 800. Definitely, my suggestion would be to always talk about 7. In case some of them, for example, if they wanted to be stylish, you would find that some of the youngsters might prefer 5. But I think 7 would be the best. Now, when do we use this K-Ion Nano? Because K-Ion Nano, we does not have the glass which will protect us from the blue rays. This is purely for people who are wearing power glasses, called the prescription glasses. So when you have a prescription glass, you can use K-Ion Nano, buy that, remove the glass, throw it away, take it to your optician, and use this particular frame and the lens depending upon your power. That's exactly what I have done for my cousin. So depending upon the requirement, we have to choose. Okay, K-Ion Nano, you would find that it's titanium. 5 and the plain K-Ion Nano, they are thermoplastic. You would find that both 7 and 5, depending upon, in India, we talk only about the sizes are a little big. This is for non-prescription users, people who don't wear specs anytime. But for prescription users, they have to use K-Ion Nano. Okay, now the same technology, far infrared ray and negative ions, is just not stopped with one product by K-Link. We have panties and we have brief. And these two are using the same technology. Not only that, the fiber what we use in this, along with the socks, for all three of them, the fiber what we use is going to be the most important thing. Okay, I always talk about this. This is the way people identify me and my glasses. Most of my students, they always wonder. In fact, I was wearing a mask. Okay, last month when I had traveled down, I was walking into a hotel for my dinner. And one of the students shouted, "Sir, Sridhar, sir." I just like said, I was wearing a mask, and how did I identify? Then he said, the band helped me to identify. I have seen you using this band. A lot of people have come to ask me. They thought it's a friendship band because now the youngsters, they use a friendship band. I said, yes, it's a friendship band, but he is my friend. The band is my friend, and I am a friend to him. I keep this, except, I mean, I don't think I've ever removed it right from the day I won it. I have never removed it. Okay, fine, good. And now let's look at the meter readings. Okay, for inner and for the panty, the meter reading is 1498. And for socks, 1317. And the socks, I keep talking about this. You can comfortably use it for years together. Seriously, I mean, it's amazing product when it comes down to durability. Okay, you would find that, I mean, I have been using it for 4 years, and that is why it's a personal experience of mine. Now, this material, what we are using fundamentally, it is anti-germ fiber. I'm making it very clear, is not cotton. Because generally in India, we talk about cotton is always the requirement. But when I had to study about this, we found that in India, though we use cotton, which is supposed to be the best for dresses, but when it comes down to innerwear, it is better to use, specifically during summertime, it is better to use an anti-germ fiber and not cotton. The antibacterial fiber fundamentally, and you will find that the lifetime in terms of elasticity also, that is something really to be appreciated. See, I have been wearing socks right from my school days. I'm talking about nearly for the past 50 years, I have been wearing shoes, which means obvious I've been wearing socks. So all the socks what I have been buying, even from a premier companies, you would find that beyond a point, the elastic will automatically lose its quality. But this, what I took it from K-Link 4 years back, I'm able to maintain that same amount of elasticity 4 years back and right now. Now that is something very, very important. And this is the reading for e-wrist. Okay. Now what is about this? I mean, once again, what is this made up of? This is made up of tourmaline. Okay, tourmaline, it is silicon rubber. Tourmaline is the one that generates the negative ions. Once again, how does it generate? Body heat. You have to keep it in your body. Of course, even if you keep it away, you would find that there is heat in the nature, but you would find that it works better with your body heat. Protects from all the devices. I always keep saying this, okay? The most important thing, if you want to speak from your heart, you should really feel all those benefits. If you want to really speak from your heart, you can be a great salesperson, but you would find that this is not about selling. This is about sharing our experiences. You need to understand there's a lot of difference between doctors and us. We use the product and then we feel the benefit and then we talk about the benefit. So step one is buying, use, gain the benefits, then speak, and automatically you will find that you will be able to sell it successfully. So the products we talked about, specs, okay, Ion 7, 5, and K-Ion Nano. Then I had a small introduction about the same technologies being used on the briefs and the wristband and the socks. And the last slide, always the most healthiest way, to a wealthiest form. Okay, you can ask any questions. Specifically, last time I had a lot of questions. I would be happy to answer the questions.
Any questions, sir? So you can put in the chat if any questions. So it was very clear, sir, whatever you said. So many things we came to know today. And as you said before, even in the next session, definitely everybody they can invite their members also. So who are wanted to know many things, because as you said, through pamphlets we cannot say many things about the products. But when we attend this kind of session, definitely it would help everybody to say many things about our product. And if we invite many members to this kind of session, definitely they can explain in a very clear way, sir.
And one last word.
Yes, sir.
Take light, but don't take it light. Seriously, you need to take light, but don't take it light. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So as you said that we should better everybody, they will buy this product and they'll use this product, and everybody whoever joined today, they'll gain the benefit. And once when we gain the benefit, we can share the experience to all the members. So whoever wanted to use. So in case of glaucoma, if eye vision is gone, can it be recovered again?
See, I don't want to make a blatant promise like that. Okay. Eyesight is lost. There are so many reasons why eyesight is lost. So it would not be, this is not a magic product. If somebody has lost an eye vision, and if these specs can bring eye vision, I don't think you and me would be talking about it. You would find that by this time, K-Link, all of us would become crorepathies. So I don't think that is practically possible, and I don't think we should make such tall promises.
It is like, let every K-Link distributor use Ion Nano's.
Yes, Shyam, that should be the identity.
Yeah, this can be like prevention is better than cure. So before getting affected with any of the issues, whatever you have said, so but better we can use this Ion Nano and we can save. It is like a key to save your eyes. Any more questions? So we are all very clear about today's session, sir.
And for next time, we would find that we are talking about, once again, I'm talking about eyes, but I'm talking about eyes and heart and brain from a different point of view. It's about K-Flax. Because I love the product. You would find that like I swallow K-Flax like nobody's business.
Yeah, these are all like talking products. So there are set of products like chlorophyll, K-Flax, Kinotecra. So these products are like what a set of products. These are all like king of all products only, sir. So thank you so much, sir, because today's session, it was very informative for all of us. Definitely in the coming session, whoever joined today, so please invite all your members to join in the coming sessions in the next month. Once again, I would like to thank Mr. Sridhar Arumugasamy, because you are every time whenever we attend this session, so we could understand that you are taking more effort on behalf of us. Because when we wanted to promote our product, we need to say something like whatever you have shared. But these information we cannot get from using the product. So after using the product plus after attending your session, so we'll be more confident in explaining the product with the members whoever we wanted to give the product. So once again, thank you so much, sir. And I would like to thank K-Link management, because I've got even K-Link management was arranged such a nice session. In the coming month also, definitely we will be having many more sessions like this. Like as how Mr. Sridhar said, in the next month, we are going to talk many things about our product K-Flax. And once again, I would like to thank our K-Link India Director, Mr. Jagadishan Subramaniam. Yes, sir.
Sharanya, Meghnad Verma had sent a message in Hindi. Is that Dhanyavad, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
then Dhanyavad, Sukriya.
Yes,
I mean, forgive my pronunciation, but
yeah. So thank you. Thank you all, and thank you so much.